Hi, I'm Sharmen from the Marriage Recovery Center. I want to talk to you today just for a few moments about what to expect from the counseling process. I know that for you to come find us means that something has happened in your relationship or in your marriage that has brought you to a place where you are stuck and this is your last resort. Sometimes it's instigated by one or the other of you leaving or threatening divorce or separation or something that has brought you here and you are desperate for a quick fix, something that can just help you get back on your feet and go on with life as it was or with minimal changes. But what I want to tell you to expect is that this is not a quick process, that by coming here, you're actually giving us the chance to look into your life as it is and give you some direction about how to do it better. So the best way for us to do that is to know exactly what's really going on. No facades, just real, raw, ugly mess. Give us a chance to untangle it with you so that we can help you see a better direction to go. To give you those tips on, what to change that's been so destructive and change it to a way that you're actually acting in a more constructive manner. But we have to know what's really going on. So the first thing to expect is to come real, to be real and raw and authentic, no matter how ugly it all looks. Honestly, you're not going to tell us a story that we haven't heard before. We've been around this block a lot of times and have seen a lot of mess. So we know how it goes. And the only way we can really help give you better direction is to know what's really going on. The other thing to expect is that this is going to be a process that takes time. And not all of that time has to be spent in the counseling office. Some of it is just the time and the effort that you put into really doing what we give you to do. We can give you all kinds of tools and tips and techniques, but they're not going to mean anything if you don't actually do them. So a big part of the process is going to be that you take this stuff home and you do it. Another thing to expect is that this isn't about making your spouse change. This is about seeing what's really going on so that you can decide what you need to do different from here on out. That includes your spouse's ability to decide those same things as well. He or she may be taking a good hard look at all of this mess and go, you know what? I don't see how I can be in this mess anymore. It's not safe, it's not good, it's not healthy, and I want to be safe and good and healthy. So just know that. This is two different people with their own minds, their own dreams, their own hopes, their own hurts, their own fears, and their own determination to make life be something. And so each of you have your choice, your own mind to be able to do that. And responsibility before God, actually, to choose for yourself how you will live. So expect that you cannot make the other person hear anything or do anything or understand anything or come to terms with anything that they don't choose to. So your job is to control you. Their job is to control themselves. And our goal is to do that in such a way that you can link arms and do life together well. And again, just know that this process is not going to be just a quick, easy fix. There is no easy button. So if this is a last resort and you have come, even if you've come because your wife or your husband has said, the only way I'm staying with you is if you go to counseling, and that's all it is. It's just about checking that box. If that's what it's about, then just expect that that's not going to mean very much. Your spouse honestly is asking for a whole lot more than just that you check another box. they're asking for some real change. They're asking for something very different than what they've seen happening in this marriage. And, so just expect to have to do some work to do that. It's going to take time. Everything that you've brought to the counseling session has been a learned habit. Your feelings are learned, your responses, your reactions, your behavior, it's all learned behavior. It's all learned, which just means that you're going to have to do a lot of work to unlearn the destructive stuff. But that's where we come in. We help you to see how to apply new habits, how to change those habits. If you're a really strong, determined person, it'll be easier for you to discipline yourself to do those habits, those changes on your own outside of the counseling session. But more often than not, you're really going to need the accountability that comes from me asking you, what have you done this week? And so that's going to be an important part of it too, is expect it to take some time. Expect it to take some money. This does cost a lot to come to counseling, but I will tell you it's worth every penny if you use it to the best that you can. Use what you've been taught, use our eyes to help you see a better way. Use it all and it will be worth every single penny. But it won't be worth anything if you don't do anything with it. It'll just get thrown away like so much other stuff that you've bought and never used. So expect that at the end of the day, that none of us counselors will be there in your home with you, showing you the way through this. It's going to be just you and your spouse figuring out how to do this on your own. So you have to listen. You have to have that work done in your own head about what you want to do, where you want to go, what you want to change, so that when it is just the two of you sitting there staring at each other, you have some direction, you have some idea, you know where you're going. You need to expect to use your mind, to use your thinking, to use your wisdom and discernment to figure out how to do this outside of us. Unless, of course, you want to keep us in your back pocket for the rest of your life, which I guess is okay too. But honestly, we prefer to, walk alongside you for a while and then set you free to go live your life and to live it well with what you've been taught. Our hope, our desire is, of course, always for the restoration of the marriage. But you do also need to expect that there could be a chance that this marriage doesn't reconcile. There may be too much hurt for your spouse to be able to stay in it with you anymore. There may be too much damage done. And, the reality is that just because we repent doesn't mean that God always removes all of the consequences of our sin. And that includes the consequences of mistreating other people. So reality is that you need to expect that this may not fix the marriage. It might heal your heart. It might bring some restoration and some closure and some healing to old trauma and mess going on in your own head. But it may not necessarily mean, with absolute certainty, the restoration of your marriage. And you need to be ready for that. It doesn't mean that God isn't big enough to fix this, because He still is. It just means that He doesn't always just poof, make all the consequences of your sin disappear. And, this is a very broken world that we have to live in. And navigating some of that just means we have to keep walking even when not very much of it looks the way God intended it to look. So know that it's going to take time, know that it's going to take effort, know that it's going to take change on your part. But also know that at every step of the way, we will help you to see what to do next. We will help give you a roadmap. As we're looking into your mess, we can help see, do you need individual sessions? Do we need to do a marriage intensive? Does there need to be an intervention here? Do we need to do, whatever? We help you to see what those steps will be. And we do work hard to keep it efficient and, you know, effective, and to be powerful, and to make it worth just the time that you sit with us. We try to give you tools that are just powerful for, walking out your daily life in a very different way. So expect that from us as well. We want to speak truth. It's our honor to speak truth and life into your situation. That's what we do. And what you do with it is up to you, but that's where we will go with this, is just to give you good direct problem solving skills, positive solution focused efforts to change the trajectory of your marriage. So send us an email at info@marriagerecoverycenter.com, or check out our website at marriagerecoverycenter.com, and let us know how we can help you navigate what's going on in your marriage in a way that helps you grow and be the best person that you can be, helps your spouse to heal, and sets you on a trajectory in which you are linking arms and doing life together.